Everyone, Colleen Kidd to the stage.
Ooh, fancy. Hello. Hi, REPP family. I'm so excited to be here, and it's been so amazing to see how much this has grown. If you've been here in prior years, you know, but congratulations for being here. I know it takes a lot of time, energy, resources to come and attend something like this, but it is by far, and one of the best investments that you can make in yourself, in your business, and in your future. So I am so happy you're here today. And you know, you're also probably here because business is hard. Like, it is hard growing a business, and it can feel lonely, it can feel isolating, it can feel like nobody knows how to speak your language, your family members don't get it, your friends don't get it. And you know, it should be hard. If it's not hard, you're probably doing it wrong. It should be hard because you're asking for more than you've ever asked for from yourself ever before. You're asking for more time. You're asking for more money, more freedom, more impact. It is hard, but it is so, so worth it. And there are absolutely things that you can do to make this easier along the way. And my talk today is called From Doing It All to Delegating It All. And I think a couple mistakes that we all tend to make, I've made them, is one, we think that we're real estate photographers, and we don't recognize that we're actually business owners. We are not cute real estate little photographers. No, we are business owners. And when you flip that mentality, you can unlock. Business owners are builders. If you're just a photographer, you're just creating a job for yourself, and it can feel heavy. It can feel like, I'm doing it all. I'm so stretched. I thought this was gonna be my unlock. I told my husband, my wife, my girlfriend that I was gonna have more time. And you don't, you feel stretched. This is hard, but there are things that you can do to make this much more easy on yourself. And one of those is building and delegating a team. So, you are building a business, and in order to build a business, you cannot do it alone. Like, you can't do it alone. Just like you literally can't do life alone. Like, life is not as fun if you're doing it alone without your friends, your family, your loved ones. The business is the same. Not only is it going to get easier as you delegate it all, but it's going to be so much more rewarding when you see the kind of impact that you have on your clients, on your team members, and on your VAs. And this was a big thing for us, switching from, oh, we're just real estate photographers, to no, we are business owners and we're building a business. And we started in 2022. We just celebrated our 3rd birthday. And someone called it our golden birthday because we're called Three Palms Media, and I thought that was like so cute. So it was our golden birthday. And Tim and I celebrated by taking a month-long vacation to Italy. And I deleted Slack. I deleted my email. I looked at nothing. I didn't even look at Instagram. I didn't even interact with you. Anybody who's on my close friend circle on Instagram, if you're not, DM me, I'll add you. I ghosted you guys. I did nothing for a whole month, but have a newfound love of like Italian rosé that I didn't know that I loved. So that is what gives me the desire to get up on this stage and share with you that you can do it too. So what we're gonna specifically be dialing in today is virtual assistants, the power that these amazing people unlock for you in your business. So what can VAs do? VAs can do literally near everything but show up and shoot, all right? If you don't know what a virtual assistant is, it's a person that you can hire. We hire ours from the Philippines, and they're super kind, sweet people. So I wanted to go through the different titles that I have for VAs. I feel like a mistake people make is they hire a VA and they give them a bunch of tasks. I feel like give them a title, have titles at your business, and assign the tasks that are assigned to those titles. And then you can mix and match. But we're gonna go through 4 titles that we have at our business. Number 1, an admin or a support specialist. So these are people that are really kind of your right hand in your customer success. They're managing your email inbox. They're managing your open phone. If you don't have open phone, now called Quo, you must get it, or something similar. I don't care if you plan to be a solo photographer in your business forever, you're gonna need something so you can have people come in and support you. They communicate with clients on project statuses, they can schedule or adjust shoots, they know my Spiro inside and out, they can answer questions from clients, give client success. I don't pay an invoice ever. Like, my VAs handle all of my invoices and ad hoc projects. This VA is working on your operating hours. Next one is a QC and delivery specialist. So somebody that can quality check all of your deliverables, they can fix and manage errors, they can own the relationship that you have with your editors, or they can own the relationship that you have with your AI editing software, and they upload and deliver projects. They either work your operating hours or they can work more night into morning. Our business changed when we started using AI editing. And our VAs got to work more on their time zone, their daytime, and they loved me for it, and I loved them. And third one is social media and marketing manager. So many people comment on our Instagram. They're like, your Instagram's fabulous. I'm like, thank you. I have nothing to do with it. It is all of my VA, and it took time to get her to a point where she could manage the Instagram and create all the content in our brand voice, but we coached her along the way to do that. She had 0 experience, fun fact, when we hired her. And that was a challenge, but it was one we were willing to take at that time because we hired her early and we had very little money. They can create, schedule, and post social media content, manage your DMs, story replies, communicate leads that are coming in to your sales or your administrative team. They create newsletters, email campaigns. They do the Instagram method and engagement, and they work your working hours, but it's a little flexible, and she creates content. I don't care when she does that. And then the fourth is an operations or a VA manager. So somebody that manages your entire virtual assistant team, trains them, is responsible for all delivery operations, customer success, runs reports, metrics, investigates new tools, can pay the invoices as well, track progress, deadlines, workflows. Basically, literally my director of operations is a virtual assistant. His name's Irvin, and he is lovely, and he works on our operating hours. So now I kind of want to go into, the question I get the most is, okay, when can I hire a VA? Like, when's the right time to hire a VA? And I kind of love this question because it literally totally depends, and I don't have a straightforward answer for you, and it depends because your goals can be different. I'm a big believer, a lot of people want like exact timelines on when they need to do this, when they need to make their first hire. It really all depends on your goals. Like, how fast do you want to grow? How much time do you want to give up for a temporary amount of time? How much money do you have? Do you have another job that's funneling this? But here's some ways that you can do it. And all my photos are from my Italian vacation, just to inspire you. Whatever your Italy is, maybe your Italy is like going to every one of your kids' volleyball games, but this will give you freedom. So VA support can look different when you're a solo business owner, you have a small team, or a full-scaled operation. So I wanted to kind of talk about what that can kind of look like at different levels. So when you are first starting, or a solo operator, or below that 20K month, there's a couple things that you can do to hire. So I have here QC delivery specialist or an admin hybrid. So you can kind of mix and match some of their roles as they learn everything, and then they can grow and you can hire more VAs. So somebody who can really do that QC. I was just talking to a few of you before this, and you're doing like 20K and you're still QCing. We don't love that. We don't. We can change that. This will be an unlock. You care so much more about your photos than your clients do. I literally promise you that. For a QC delivery specialist, a pro tip that we don't have, that if I could start my business over again, or in the future hire, is now that we use Auto HDR to AI edit, I would go out and hire maybe an ex-photo editor or somebody who has that expertise, so they can just fix anything or remove anything that a client requests. We've had to train our VAs on how to do it because they originally were hired when we had human editors. Or somebody to do kind of that hybrid QC, admin, social media, Instagram method. Once you get further up, you can get a QC delivery specialist, need that, like hands down. I think that's the easiest lift out of your business. And then an admin support specialist, somebody who's really managing your emails and your open phone when you're out shooting or when you're out training your first photographer, things like that. They can absolutely be an open phone, I promise. And Matt, yesterday at the MVP, shared some like crazy stuff about AI that's gonna help my VA significantly that I'm gonna implement. It's in his little book back there. So I'm gonna be taking note of that. All right, when we get to larger teams, here's how we do it. This is literally what my team looks like right now. We have a QC and delivery specialist. All they're doing is quality checking. We have an admin support specialist. She is the right hand to my stateside admin who's answering all of our client calls. We have a social media manager, lives on Instagram, that's all she does. And then we have a support / QC specialist. This is my head of operations, so I call him head of operations, but he does everything and he manages all of our VAs. And then, or this is what my team looks like. Larger team, 60K plus month. We have a full-time admin, we hire a VA manager, and add on support as needed. So these are the ways that VAs can come and integrate into your team. I promise you, anything that's exhausting you, anything that's repetitive that you're doing, you can offload it to them. So hiring a VA, the next question is always, okay, how do I hire one of these guys? I need one. I need one. Where do I go? There's two options. I have a preferred option. The first option is you could hire like an agency to do it for you. We don't do it that way. I strongly believe I want to hire my own employees. I want to do that. I want to create the culture, and I want every dime that I'm paying towards them to go directly into their pocket. So this is how we do it. We use onlinejobs.ph, or we go into Facebook groups, and we create a job description. I'm gonna give you a link to that at the end of all of our job descriptions for our VAs. And we post on Facebook. And what we do is we make this mandatory. They must send us a video in their application. I want to see them answering the 3 questions that I ask them to answer. I want to hear them say 3 Palms Media. I want this to be something they specifically recorded for my job application, not some mass video that they're sending to everyone else. This is a huge weed out factor. Then we send them a Calendly link to schedule an interview. We want to make sure that they have reliable computer and internet. You need to ask that question. You need to see their internet speed. You need to make sure that they can get online. And we really spend some time understanding them, who they are, and what's going to move the needle for them in their life. Because they could be great. They could be fantastic. But if it's not ultimately something that meets their needs long term, then I'm going to be just kind of churning through virtual assistants. You get better at this the more that you do it, but I need to understand what's gonna feed their family. Who are they responsible for in their life? A lot of Filipinos are responsible for like their entire extended family, and it's wild. So what are their goals? Understand that first, and then see if they can do the job. Because if it's not going to be something that they're going to be able to stick with long term, I don't want to sit there and hire them. And then communicate your culture. What can you do for them? If you make it all about what you can do for them, you're gonna see real quick, one, who they are, and you're going to stand out based on whoever else they're interviewing with. So what kind of ascension can they have in your business? What kind of benefits can they have by being at your business? We give ours PTO. Our lead VA has 3 weeks PTO. The other ones have somewhere around 2 weeks of paid time off. We've done various other things for them, but just communicate that what are your values as a company? If you don't know what your values are as a company, they should be written down somewhere. I highly suggest that. Our values run through everything that we do. Our team knows all of our values. And communicate that culture to them. Hiring one, start with a 30-day trial, okay? You're gonna get to know real quick, just like when you hire a photographer, you'll get to know real quick if they are going to work out or not. And then after that, you send them an offer letter. So people are always asking, okay, well, how much do these team members cost? I feel like an entry-level VA is around $5 an hour, and you're going to get what you pay for. So depending on what your goals are and where you're at in your business would decide on how much you want to spend on a VA. Do you have more time to train somebody and hire them at a lower wage? Great, do that. Do you not have time? Great, maybe hire somebody who's a rock star, who's in that upper echelon there, that can just get onboarded real quick. Most of our VAs are around $5.50 to $6, and then our top two, my admin's right hand and my head of operations, are both at $10 an hour currently. We pay them through Gusto, which is how we pay ourselves and our photographers. But if you don't have Gusto yet, if it doesn't make sense yet for your business, you can try using wise.com. We have every Filipino holiday they get off. I just ask for the Filipino holidays, PTO, and then you must describe their working hours. Managing expectations is going to be huge. I hear stories from people, they're like, I feel like I hire a VA and I have to fire, and I hire and I fire. I'm like, really take a look at an inventory at how you're communicating the job. Are you setting expectations? Are you understanding their needs? That's usually where that bottleneck is. Training, we daily check in with them for 2 to 4 weeks. At the end of every day, we want to see a recap. Tell me what you did today. What did you get done? What do you not know? What was hard? What do you want to learn? We use Loom. We use Monday or Google for documenting SOPs. If you don't have SOPs, go through it with them. Make them create your SOPs. Make them do the work to document them. We communicate with our entire team through Slack, and we set clear daily or weekly expectations for them. Maybe that's hitting 100 DMs or whatever your goal is. Figure out those goals and set them, and ask for their feedback. Ask them what ideas that they have. Open the door for them. When they say, hey, how would I do this? Say, well, what do you think? How would you do this? Give them opportunities to show that you know that they matter to your business, and you will get that back in return tenfold. How to keep a VA long term. You do have to understand the Filipino culture. I only hire from the Philippines. That's where I hire. I love them. They have a super strong work ethic. They can be very loyal when they feel loyalty towards them. They're very family oriented. They're very respectful, and they're non-confrontational. You have to ask them questions. You have to probe out of them. What could we be doing better? What can we change? How are these hours working for you? They will not tell you, because that's just how they roll. Which makes them great, but also it can be hard. They're big on saving face. Like, they don't want to cause anybody embarrassment at all. So I really have to work with my team on how's the whole team working together? What could we all collectively do better to draw this out of them? Appreciation really matters. I have one-on-ones with all of my VAs, even though I don't manage them anymore. With our lowest, tier of VAs, I meet with them quarterly, individual, just to understand how's things going, how's your family, things like that. It goes a long, long way with them. And give them a roadmap of how you can promote them, changing titles, increasing responsibility. Never give somebody a raise or a title change if you don't give them more responsibility. So real quick, just some tasks. You can kind of read these, but they can do so much. Somebody was asking me, what can my VAs do when we're slower and we don't have as much time? There's tons of things they could do. If you don't have a stock media library, they can create one of those. They can figure out which community amenities that you don't have. They can edit portrait photos. They can make flyers for brokerages. They can make email campaigns, establishing edit style guides, create an employee handbook if you don't have one of those. There's literally so many things that they can do. Take some inventory. What are all these things that you're doing? How can you pass them off to your team? There is no way that we would have been able to literally not do anything business related for an entire month if we did not build out the VA team that we have. When we were gone in September, it was our slowest month of the year. It always is. September is slow for us. It's a big reason why we chose to go to Italy in September. Also, my friend was getting married that month, so it worked out. But when we came back, I looked at all of our numbers. We profited $25,000 from drinking rosé in Italy because we've built a team and we've encouraged them. We've encouraged them, we've empowered them, and they feel like they're part of our team and our mission, and they are. I know they are, but they also know that they are. Whatever limiting beliefs you have about your ability to hire a VA or be responsible for a VA, you're the bottleneck there. This is the unlock to your business. You need to offload these things. You need to offload them if you want to grow a business. So, Italy was an absolute dream come true. My parents met up with us for a little bit, and it really was. This is why I started my business, because I said, Tim, I'm sick of this freaking 4-week PTO nonsense. I want to travel. I love to travel. I want to live a life where it is free and I'm impacting people and I'm creating opportunities for people. It was a dream come true for us to go to Italy, but what makes it even better is that not only have our dreams come true, but our VA team's dreams have all come true, and I love them so much. They're so cute. This one right here, Micah, how cool is this? She was able to open up her own internet cafe, and that's it. She took some money that she made, and she opened up this internet cafe, and she's saving to like add on more cubicles or however it works. But she was so proud of it. That's her husband. And then we have Irvin over here, my lead VA or my head of operations. He bought a house, and he's like so stoked about it. And he's gonna fix the whole interior of it, which is just so badass. Like, to buy a house, like I bought a house for the very first time this year, and like that was a big deal to me. We have Guianne here. She's our social media manager, and she was just messaging me the other day when I asked for this picture. And she said, I have to let you know you've completely changed my life because I can add income to my home, to my family, and I can still homeschool and raise my children on my own time. She lives on this beautiful like farm. There's always like roosters like chirping in the back every time I talk to her. And then we have Febby. Febby's our original VA. If you've heard me talk before, you know who Febby is. She's been with us the whole time. She had 2 big dreams. One big dream was she really wanted to leave the country. She loves to travel too. It's something we bonded over. And her other big dream, of course, was to go to the Eras Tour to see the Taylor Swift concert. And so we were able to get tickets for Febby. They didn't come to the Philippines. Tay-Tay didn't come to the Philippines, but she did come to Singapore. So we were able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We bought her way and her ticket to get out to Singapore and make her dream come true of going to the Eras Tour and getting on a plane for the very first time. So it's not just when you are building a business, when you become a builder, when you're not just creating another job for yourself, you're creating real impact for others. You know, I could go on and on about my photographers, but I won't because I'm focusing on my VAs. But you really do create opportunity and impact, and everything leads from the top. Everything leads from the top. So how we act, I'm always, sometimes when I want to rip a client's head off, I'm like, oh, compose yourself. Compose yourself, because my team is going to act how I'm going to act. My VAs are going to act how I'm going to act. And so that leadership really does start from the top. I tell them about our dreams. Somebody asked me, what did your team say about you leaving to go to Italy for a month? And I was like, they were stoked. Like, they were stoked. They're like, we're going to hold it down while you're gone. Like, we've got this. You guys deserve this. It wasn't like, oh, ew, they're going to Italy for a month? Like, what about me? No, because we've created this culture. So we have a bunch of stuff here because people always ask, what's your job description? What is your exact hiring process for your VAs and for your photographers? So on this QR code, or you could DM me for it, on this QR code, it's just gonna be links to my Monday SOPs on how we hire VAs, the different job descriptions, the different job recs. It's gonna be how our process for even how we hire our photographers and the different job recs and stuff that we have on there. So I wanted to give this all to you. We're always happy to share because so many people have shared with us, and that is the true magic of being in this room. The content and the speeches are fantastic, but the real magic really lies in your little side conversations and finding people. And I see some tables that I feel only have like one person at them. You guys need to make sure that you're here and you're meeting other people. That is why we come. That's why you spent your hard-earned time in efforts to come. Make sure that you absolutely make those connections. And you can follow us on Three Palms Media. We always are sharing lots of behind the scenes of our business. If you're part of our little close circle, so just DM us. We will add you to that. But thank you all so much for being here. You can have your business and your life look however you want it to. You really can. I literally can't even fathom how much starting this business has changed my life, has changed the life of the people around me. And it literally is just so impressive. The impact that you can have, I mean, literally take Eli, for example. He was just filling a need, trying to help others and whatnot, and he has impacted so many lives. Look at this room. You can, the impact that you can create, that's what makes it worth it. So it is hard. And if you feel like you're drowning and you're doing it all alone and you want to quit some days, I mean, we're all there, keep going and make sure you're always checking in with yourself. How can I punch that fear down that's telling me that I can't create a business that's big enough, or I can't have VAs, or I can't hire my photographer? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Just take the action, and literally your dreams will come true. And I will finish with this because I always do, and it's my favorite saying, and it's changed my life. But the universe favors the bold. Be bold. Doesn't have to be grand. Being bold can be something as simple as being honest with yourself. You're like, hey, I am meant for more, and I can do this. So be bold, and thank you.
Everyone, let's give it up for Colleen Kidd.